Meanwhile, you remember the story, well, in Wisconsin, there was the big Supreme Court race between Prosser and Kloppenberg. Kloppenberg lost. One of the stories that came out about Supreme Court Justice David Prosser, Supreme Court of Wisconsin, it came out right before the election, was that he called the Chief Justice of Wisconsin, a woman named Abramson, Shirley Abramson, called her a bitch and a total bitch, threatened to destroy her. And before the election, he came out and said he, quote, probably overreacted while accusing Abramson of being masters at deliberately goading people into perhaps incautious statements. So in other words, these man-eaters, these black widows, speaking, I guess, of another Justice, Bradley and Abramson, they purposely goaded him into calling them bitches. 'Cause that's what they do. They get their female talents in there. They think that with a law degree and a judgeship and a black robe, you can goad anybody into calling them bitches. It's their problem, not his. Well, now a story comes out in the Wisconsin Journal Sentinel, I guess. He, in the run-up to the vote, remember they needed to get Prosser on to this divided court 5-4 again, so that he could okay the, by all accounts, unconstitutional Wisconsin constitutional passage of David Walker's, Scott Walker's, I should say, anti-union attack on collective bargaining bill. And so they rushed him in. He wrote the 9-page, I guess it was, decision on it. It was widely criticized as being partisan and having very little reasoning. And apparently in the run-up to that, it is being reported that he tried to, well, not tried, he choked, physically choked one of the other female Supreme Court justices, this Ann Walsh Bradley. She said to him, there were other Supreme Court justices in her office. Apparently it was getting heated, and she said, would you please leave? Because you're out of control. Because the guy obviously has a history of not being able to contain himself. And so he grabbed her by the neck. Now he claims, or people in his camp claim, that he didn't grab her by the neck. He tried to fend her off as she physically lunged at him. Picking up on that theme that these black widows, they goad you into calling them bitches and choking them. So apparently the case of the choking justice is now in front of a commission which could theoretically remove him from, and, I think as far as the Republicans are concerned, well, mission accomplished. It doesn't matter. Even though we got this deeply, you're obviously deeply misogynist, right? If you're calling your colleagues on the Supreme Court bitches, and then saying, I'm calling them bitches because they goaded me into it. How do you goad a grown man into calling your colleagues bitches? It's like one of those, Chief Justice Prosser. It just said, what? What? What is it? I guess it would be like, it just say B? Bitches? What? Oh, you goaded me into that! Chief Justice Prosser, what do you, what is it? Could you, how do you pronounce B, itches? Bitches? Oh, you did it to me again! poor Chief Justice bitches. Prosser. So Greta Van Susteren, in response to Prosser, so like I said, the story where Prosser has been goaded into calling the female members of the Wisconsin State Supreme Court bitches, and then apparently he was goaded into choking one of these bitches. Actually, in fairness to Prosser, one of the courses I remember being taught at law school was choking the bitches. And there was an elective, this was only for a couple of credits, how to let the bitches goad you into calling them bitches. BU was a very strange law school. At the time, I was like, why would I need this? And they're like, you don't have the grades to become a judge anyways. And I said, but what if it's elected? And they said, that's a good point, Sam. You don't live in Wisconsin. So Greta Van Susteren weighs in and says, while I have no idea who is off the wall, Justice Prosser or Justice Walsh or both, even though Prosser has already admitted in a separate incident calling the Chief Justice a bitch, I do know one thing. Chief Justice Shirley Abramson sure is not doing her job to lead the court and to give confidence to the people of Wisconsin. She needs to step aside and let someone else attempt to run that zoo. So Greta Van Susteren is saying that the job of a Chief Justice is to keep another Supreme Court justice from keeping his fellow Supreme Court justices, from keeping him from choking and calling them bitches. Goodbye, kindergarten. Wait, moving on to first grade. What the F is wrong with Greta Van Susteren? That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. If you, as a grown man, can't show up at work, never mind being a judge or a Supreme Court justice, supposed to have like a sense of right and wrong. I'm going to measure this out. Is this a right thing to do? Wrong thing to do? Right thing to do? Call them bitches. Well, I find for the defendant, this Supreme Court justice made him call her a bitch. The evidence is you choked her. She goaded you into it. Case dismissed. Shouldn't Chief Justice Prosser have the temperament that says, hey, choking my fellow justice? Probably something I shouldn't do. I'm a repeat offender. That doesn't seem to work. Not for Greta Van Susteren. Unbelievable. The lengths that Republicans and conservatives will go to justify misogyny and, frankly, insanity. I hope the next Supreme Court justice who's elected by Democrats is just, an enforcer. Sort of like how they put that guy on a hockey team. He doesn't have really good stick skills, but he will beat the shit out of the opposing players. Just like one justice is like, yeah, I didn't even go to law school. Hey, Prosser, what's up? Pussy? Hey, like that. Right? Unbelievable.
I hope people were watching the Sammy Cam for that.
Yeah, yo. So I see you got a problem with some of the justices. Maybe we should take this outside, or maybe we should just deal with it right here. Fucking unbelievable. Just unbelievable.